Und weiter geht's mit der Premonition Folge 5. Gerade aus dem Sägewerk raus. Und jetzt muss man, glaube ich, ins Hotel gehen, aber ganz sicher bin ich mir da auch nicht. Ich habe auch ehrlich gesagt mal wieder überhaupt keine Ahnung, wo das Hotel ist. Aber ich glaube, es ist irgendwo hier. Kann man da wohl durchfahren? Da ist es wahrscheinlich nicht. Hier muss man hin, aber erst am nächsten Tag. Ja. Ich habe keine Ahnung, wo das Hotel ist. Hier müsste das sein. Jetzt ist nur die Frage, wo ich bin. Was ist denn da? Ah ja. Hier ist es. Glaube ich. Oder? Gut, ich habe keine Ahnung. Ich fahre einfach mal los. Irgendwo wird man wohl ankommen. Oder auch nicht. Oh, dieses Auto. Das macht mich völlig wahnsinnig.
So, where shall we go next?
Ja, gute Frage. Ins Hotel, würde ich sagen. Ich fahre mal eben hier auf die Hauptstraße oder so ähnlich. Also dieses Hotel ist auf jeden Fall an diesem See, aber ich glaube von einer anderen Seite als hier. Jetzt regnet das natürlich nicht mehr, sonst könnte man noch diese schöne Blume einsammeln, die man für irgendeine Nebenquest braucht. Ich weiß aber auch nicht mehr für welche. Aber im Grunde kann ich auch auf die anderen Nebenquests verzichten. Ein Schnellreisesystem wäre mal was, aber da hatten sie offensichtlich keinen Bock drauf, damit man sich diese schöne Umgebung angucken kann. Oh, ist das schön. Gut, ich mache eine Pause und wenn ich irgendwo bin, dann mache ich wieder an. Okay, ich bin auf dem Friedhof. Und ich will diesen Knochen haben. Was haben wir denn hier? Was ist das? Ein Hund. Der ist aber sehr klein. Man kann hier nämlich schlafen irgendwo. Knochen des linken Fußes eines Menschen. Ah ja.
A human bone? This doesn't look related to the case, but shouldn't I let someone know?
Das ist auch irgendeine Nebenquest. Aber was für eine weiß ich auch nicht. Die habe ich noch nie gemacht, glaube ich. Was ist denn mit diesem Hund los? Ich bin völlig verwirrt. Es war auf jeden Fall ein schöner Weg hierhin. Zumindest wird da ein Schlafsymbol angezeigt. Ich hoffe, dass man da pennen kann. Ja, genau. Hier draußen auf dem Bett. Und eine grüne Tomate gibt's auch noch. Fantastisch. Leichter Schlaf, normaler Schlaf, tiefer Schlaf, langer Schlaf. Okay, langer Schlaf. Oh, jetzt ist er verhungert. Ich muss bald etwas essen. Okay. Sie haben sich vollgestopft. Sie haben viel gegessen. Sie haben viel gegessen. Sie haben viel gegessen. Sie haben viel gegessen. Sie haben sich zum Essen Zeit gelassen. Gut, es ist leider immer noch viel zu früh, aber was soll's. Aber man kann zwischen 9 und 13 Uhr auch im Sheriff-Büro nochmal essen. Da würde dann nochmal eine Cutscene freigeschaltet werden. Ich weiß nicht, ob ich das jetzt machen soll. Ich gucke gleich mal eben auf die Karte, wie weit es ist. Ich habe nicht mal wieder keine Ahnung, wo ich hier gelandet bin. Okay, nee, das ist mir viel zu weit. Wobei, hier muss ich hin. Ja gut, dann ist es ja auf dem Weg im Grunde. Dann kann ich das auch eben machen. Okay. Ups. Ich bin hier. Okay, also hier links. Bis zur dicken Straße, dann rechts. Und dann irgendwie runter. Okay. Weil das Autofahren so wenig spektakulär ist, mache ich hier nochmal eine Pause. So, das war mal wieder ein absoluter Spaß, aber ich habe eine Sammelkarte gefunden, immerhin. Der Besitzer der Tankstelle, schon zweimal geschieden, ist nicht für seine Freundlichkeit bekannt. Er redet nicht gern mit Angehörigen der Orts- oder Bundespolizei. Na, sowas. So. Stinkender Agent. Oh nein, jetzt muss ich meine Klamotten eigentlich wechseln. Aber ich war ja nicht im Hotel. Dann fliegen da jetzt halt die Fliegen rum. Kann ich auch nicht ändern. Jetzt ist das Spiel abgestürzt. Oh ne, doch nicht. Ich dachte schon, ey. Schnell speichern. Das wäre es jetzt ja noch gewesen. Kann man sich nicht hier auch irgendwie umziehen? Man kann sich hier auf jeden Fall rasieren. Aber umziehen nicht. Bringt das was? Dass dann da auch direkt so Fliegen um einen rumkreisen. Mach mal ein bisschen schneller hier. Nö, das bringt nichts. Okay, fantastisch. Kann ich da rein? Kann man sich hier umziehen? Ah, tatsächlich. Nice. Natürlich wieder den roten. Reinigen. 10 $. Das ist ja teuer. Und dann kriegt man direkt wieder eine Zulage für diese wahnsinnig schicken Klamotten. Das ist ja auch toll. So, und hier kann man jetzt irgendwo auch was essen. Ich weiß aber nicht mehr wo. Hier? Nee. Hier? Ja.
Hello.
Oh, Sie kommen zur rechten Zeit. Wollen Sie mit uns zu Mittag essen? Ja, gerne. Ich werde es Ihnen sofort bringen.
So, what exactly do you want to talk to everyone about?
This case goes deeper than you think. The townfolk may have heard about the murder, but they don't understand it. It's a very dangerous situation, and I need to warn them properly. I hope most of them are decent enough to come.
No problem there. Emily has made all the arrangements.
I've told everyone to gather around between 1500 and 1700.
Great. Reminds me of a film I saw recently. The town is under attack by aliens, and so the mayor calls all citizens to the town hall to warn them. However, seeing this, the aliens attack the hall and wipe them all out together.
Is that relevant, Agent York?
The way they kill is fantastic. They used a combination of balloons and meat sauce for exploding heads. Those aliens start firing their death rays and heads start popping. Splat. Really quite something.
Agent York, some of us are trying to eat here.
I know, Emily, I'm one of them. Well, and your cooking is the best, Thomas. Thank you.
No problem.
Das war's doch wert. Gut, zurück zur Ermittlung. Wir müssen den Fall aufklären. Oh ja. Vielleicht schnell noch einen Kaffee trinken. Sie haben auf Ex getrunken. Na gut, das hat ja nicht so mega viel gebracht. Naja, nochmal speichern. Und jetzt geht's los zum Communitycenter. Nach langem Hin und Her. Ich wäre eigentlich gerne nochmal ins Hotel gefahren, aber ich weiß nicht mehr, wie man da hinkommt. Deswegen ist irgendwie auch egal. Ich weiß auch gar nicht, was da noch ist. Aber Polly hat auf jeden Fall auch noch eine Nebenquest. Ich weiß nur nicht mehr, was für eine. Egal. So, wo ist die Karre? Wieso ist die denn hier? Jetzt ist nur wieder die Frage, in welche Richtung ich fahren muss. Ich glaube hier nach links. Aber ich gucke nochmal eben. Und jetzt hier nach rechts. Oder? Nee, doch nicht. Komplett falsch, natürlich. Also rechts, rechts, links. Okay. Da liegt noch eine Karte, die will ich haben. Zum Glück braucht er immer eine halbe Stunde, um auszusteigen.
Zach, is there something here that you want to check out? We need to be at the Communitycenter by 1500 today. Just...
Aha, Lily Ingram also.
It's
So,
going
so.
to get fun.
It's gonna get fun. Nein. Die Frau von Keith. Sie ist ungefähr 10 Jahre älter und wesentlich verantwortungsbewusster als Keith. Ja, gut zu wissen. Ich habe den Weg schon wieder vergessen. Ich glaube, da vorne irgendwann links. Ist das richtig? Ich hoffe es. Sieht gut aus. Aber hier geht es natürlich wieder nicht weiter. Ich drehe gleich durch. Kann ich hier jetzt nicht wenigstens über die Wiese fahren? Nein, kann ich nicht. Meine Güte, was ist denn hier los? Ja, immerhin halbwegs. Okay. So, und jetzt muss ich nochmal rauchen. Ich hoffe, ich habe noch Kippen, aber ich glaube wohl. Denn es ist noch 2 Stunden zu früh. Der braucht doch einfach schon 1 Stunde, um sich die Kippe überhaupt anzumachen. Naja. So, los geht's. Communitycenter.
Greenvale Community Center. Now that's an impressive building. The clock tower is impressive too.
Hochwertiges Rindfleisch. Lecker, lecker, lecker.
Zach, I haven't been on stage like this since elementary school.
Was glitscht denn da rum?
I'm not some tree in the wind this time either. That was a tough role. I was a piece of scenery. Bright red tree.
Thank you all for coming today. Getting right down to business. Agent Morgan from the Federal Bureau of Investigations wishes to speak with you.
Good afternoon. I'm Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
Some of you are already aware by now of the tragic murder of Anna Graham. Truly a heinous, terrible crime. I've come to this town to solve the murder of this young, beautiful girl, and to bring the one responsible to justice. Unfortunately, incidents like these have a tendency to happen again. I asked to have you gathered here so I can share some advice in order to minimize the risk of further fatal incidents. Firstly, please, stay away from any dark, dangerous, isolated places. Those of you with children, especially of Anna's age, please guide your children away from such places at all costs. Secondly, avoid going out when it is raining. Now, I've heard the folklore story of the raincoat killer. There is a chance that the murderer is mimicking the story. Women should also be especially careful. I would hate to see more victims. Who's the fashionably late one?
That's Carol, Thomas's sister. She owns a bar.
Thomas's sister. Excuse me. So, as I have said, avoid going outside when it is raining. Young women should be especially careful. Report anything or anyone suspicious immediately. The murderer will be caught and brought to justice. But you must all remain on guard until we do so. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
When paying for our sins, we must not frown. The loss of Anna was for that debt. When purple fog covers our town, we'll all wander in hell, I fret. So says Mr. Stewart.
Sure knows how to steal thunder.
Well then, Zach, let's ask some questions before all these guys leave.
Oh ja, ein paar Fragen.
Agent Morgan, here's your chance to get to know some of the townsfolk. Don't let it go to waste.
Alrighty.
Agent York, your words really made me think about Anna's death again. How could one do such a terrible thing? I'm still in shock.
Thomas, I forgot to ask. You don't have a tattoo on your back, do you?
Tattoo? I do, actually. But why?
Could you show it to me, please?
What? Now? Here?
Yes, please. This is vital for our investigation.
Okay. If it's gonna help you any.
Well, I'm wondering who G is now, but aside from that...
Did it tell you anything?
It told me that you didn't kill Anna.
Of course not. What are you saying?
Ei.
You ought to see that tattoo, Zach. A big heart with an arrow through it and Love G in the center.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know when he got that done, but we've all been through the 80s. Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
Gut. Ne, sowas dann auch noch.
Quite a performance. Mysterious and very poetic. But I don't think many of your audience appreciated it.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, the purple fog appears with rain, soiling and ruining our town. The evil does not drain. Find out why the town is soiled. Remove the source from which it boiled. Then and only then your case is solved. But for this to happen, to solve the crime, the proper must do the proper at the proper time. It is not yet mine, that is, Mr. Stewart's time, not mine. But if you, Mr. York, find the right timing to chat with me, that is, with Mr. Stewart, may that be informative and fruitful, you will see. So says
Wer hat
Mr.
das übersetzt?
Stewart.
Also wirklich.
So, Harry, you know something. But there's some reason why you can't tell me yet. Is that what you're trying to say?
Cut the poetic rubbish, Harry, and tell us what you know. We can force you to talk, you know.
Mr. Francis York Morgan, pay close attention to the signs, the omens, and the premonitions. Small they may be, they still are finds, and helpful to your investigations. So says Mr. Stewart.
Thanks for the warning, Harry. But don't worry. Me and Zach, we know what we're doing.
Ich musste übrigens im Sheriffbüro wieder neu starten. Das hat Spaß gemacht, nochmal hier hinzuspielen. Nicht?
Agent York, are you finished asking questions yet? When you're done, let me know. We'll all get dinner.
Alrighty. Dann mal los. Bumm. Weep.
Anna was an airhead.
What do you mean? Are you saying she was killed because she was an airhead? Or are you saying that she was an airhead for being killed?
I'm sure she's still an airhead even in heaven. She changed her hair every day. If she lost a pound, she'd be ecstatic. Gain one, and she'd almost be in tears. She broke many, many plates every day at the diner, and she'd always have a smile on her face. always having fun. Everyone looked at her and knew she was a cute, adorable, loving airhead. But they would be smiling right along with her. I wouldn't be surprised if the angels smiled with her too.
Ah.
Isaac and Isaiah said that Anna was a fairy of the forest, a goddess.
Tschüss dann. Ah, okay.
Good evening, Agent.
Brian der Schlaflose.
Good evening, Mr.
Brian, the gravekeeper. Brian.
Mr. Brian. I like the retro look. Auditioning for Little Grave on the Prairie?
Anna. Oh, she was so beautiful. Too soon. Too soon to go to the grave. So sad. So sad.
I totally agree. That's why I'm here, looking for the one who did it. Were you close to her?
Anna, her smile, so warm. Anna, blonde hair, so bright.
There's a graveyard somewhere in town, Zach. I'm not excited about the idea, but maybe we should at least check it out.
Du hast da schon übernachtet, du Nasenbär. Aber gut, alle Charaktere haben ja offensichtlich so leicht einen an der Waffel.
So, finding your way around okay?
Yes, pretty much. But some people are hard to get along with.
People problems, huh? I thought city folks were used to things like that. There's lots more people in the city than there are here.
Well, that's true. But I started simplifying things a bit. Here's my new way of thinking. It's simple, really. There's only 3 types of people. Criminals, victims, and investigators. Everyone else are just vegetables. Vegetables called other people.
You really are strange.
Das stimmt.
Quint, you're here too. I didn't think you were the town meeting kind of guy.
A friend of mine was killed, you know, man? I'm not letting this one go quietly. I'll do anything to help you catch the scumbag who did this.
Thank you. But vigilance is not justice. Nothing good will come from desiring simple revenge.
Oh, come on, I'm not that stupid. But I'm frustrated a bit just thinking that there's nothing I can do about it.
We each have a role, purpose in life, raison d'etre. Don't forget that.
I know. Just don't preach to me. You're sounding like my old man.
Zach, wow. I'm in shock like a weasel in an electric chair. You just made me realize that I must be getting old.
Was? Okay. Naja, was auch immer.
Agent York, you make any progress?
Of course, plenty. Tell me, Usha, when is Anna's funeral?
That's still undecided. Sally isn't really in any condition to do it right now.
Her mother? I don't see her here.
Anna was her sole reason for living after her husband was deceased. Well, she's probably huddled up at home.
And I should probably take some time to pay her a visit.
Well, yes, you should. And I'd appreciate it if you could, too. But don't go too hard on her, okay?
Also ich glaube, eigentlich ist das so gedacht, dass man jetzt erst die ganzen Nebenquests startet. Aber naja, was soll's.
Are you getting closer to catching the murderer?
Hello again, Fiona. Good to see you here.
Well,
Dr. Johnson told me to be here. He said it would be important.
Well, that was good advice. He may be young, but he seems like a wise man.
Oh, and he's a very hard-working person, too. Everyone thinks he's some kind of weirdo, but I don't think so at all. People don't understand why he's in the autopsy room all day, but I do. He's
Ja, weil
doing
er da
research
arbeitet.
to make the world a better place in the future. You know, he already made a fortune in LA with his career.
I did not know that.
You didn't? Oh, the doctor is a very rich man. He has a really big house over by the lake.
Amazing, Zach. You must be loaded. Rich and young. A perfect combination.
But you don't get that feeling from him at all, do you? He doesn't show it. That's one of the things I like best about him.
Well, I could have been fooled if it weren't for you. Thanks for the valuable information, Fiona.
Diese Unterhaltungen sind auch irgendwie absurd.
So you're the FBI agent, are you?
Der General.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan.
I'm the general. I fought for my country in the Vietnam War.
A real-life war hero. So why are you living here?
Soldier, this is my hometown. After a man returns from war, there's no place to go other than his hometown. Your little speech, you mentioned the raincoat killer.
Was that a problem?
You imbecile. The raincoat killer's no myth, not mere folklore, nor a fairy tale. It's based on actual events that happened in this town.
It is. I'm interested. Can you tell me more about this?
You kids today don't even know how to ask for something right. Soldier, if you want to hear more, you come to my office.
Das habe ich ja eh vor. Da gibt's Autos.
He literally exudes raw power, Zach. Despite the credibility issues, we should give him a visit.
One thing, though. Calls himself a general, but isn't that a sergeant's uniform?
Dum.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. And you are?
Olivia, Nick's wife.
Ah ja.
Anna worked at your husband's diner, right? What kind of girl was she?
Well, she was a very hard worker. A nice girl.
Did you ever see her acting strange?
Well, not really. But there was one thing. Well, you see, the diner closes when it rains. Many shops do that around here, as you might have heard. Anyway, Anna always seemed
Wie
unfocused
sie sicher schon
the
gehört
day
hast.
after it rained. And came in late, too. It was almost as if she used up all her energy the day before. Come to think of it, that was really strange. Did that legendary monster really kill her?
It wasn't a monster. Just a criminal. Criminal I'm going to catch and bring to justice.
I'm U.S. Special Agent Francis York Morgan. I presume you are the owner of the diner that Anna worked at?
That's right.
I'd like to ask you a few questions about Anna Graham. Did you notice anything strange about her prior to the incident? Nick, are you hiding something?
No, nothing.
You're sure?
I'm sorry, but I don't like repeating myself.
Na gut.
I'm FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York.
Wesley, owner of the gun store called Panda Bear. People around here call me the gunsmith. Was there something you want to ask me?
How do you make a living running a gun store in a place like this? I'd be worried because there can't be that many customers.
Worry gives a small thing a big shadow. I do gunsmith work in my shop, too. If you got the skills, the customers find you. All you need is a network.
I hope so.
Kasten. Das ist vielleicht gar nicht verkehrt. Falls man nochmal irgendwo stehen bleibt ohne Benzin. Da nehme ich mal direkt mehr als eins von mit. Und zwar 2. Schusswaffen dienen zum Töten. Mir gefällt das genauso wenig wie Ihnen.
You've got quite a selection here. No wonder people come from all around.
Er hatte ein
A
Maschinengewehr.
customer paid me to go to Seattle for some help. I just got back.
I see. Well, I'll be sure to visit your store sometime. I'd like for you to take a look at my gun.
Understood. Look forward to it. The shop will be open again tomorrow. It's usually open from 2000 to 0600. See you then.
Sie ja. Ich möchte, dass Sie sich mal meinen Revolver ansehen. Hehe.
You're Isaac and Isaiah's mother?
Yes, I'm Lily.
Ah.
I'm FBI Special Agent...
Agent York, right?
You are good.
The handsome special agent from the big city. The facial scar trademark. The way you introduce yourself. Everyone's talking about you.
Well, I can't say much about the scar. But the way I introduce myself, Zach and I consider it a kind of ritual of sorts. Everyone has their own rituals. It's like always leaving the house left foot first.
Klar.
It's one of those things.
You certainly are a funny one.
So, have you noticed anything strange or out of place recently?
Well, Becky's been taking a couple of days off from work, but aside from that, I heard she was in shock after the murder. But...
You think there's something else?
Well, I took the boys along to see her today. She's always so kind to them, and they love seeing her too. But she took in the boys and told me to wait outside. Something about a special secret between just the 3 of them. I just couldn't understand it.
Now that's interesting. Thank you, Lily.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we should give Becky a visit tomorrow, Zach.
Yeah! Hey there, FBI. I'm Keith Ingram.
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. That's what everyone always calls me.
Okay, York. No problem, man.
So, Keith, I hear you run the Milk Barn convenience store.
That's right, man. Rock and roll!
Do you sell raincoats there by any chance?
Yeah, but nobody ever buys them, though.
Wir sicher
Anyone
tun.
who wears one of them, I say, just ain't a rocker. But you know, that scar of yours, now that scar rocks.
This scar rocks? Now that's a new one. I'll drop by your store soon, and let's talk then.
Yeah, cool, man. Rock on, FBI!
Ja. Gut.
Jim, thanks for your help in the forest. How are Isaac and Isaiah?
They're fine.
They really seem to love their grandpa.
Well, I guess they do, son. I want to keep them away from the filth of the material world as much as I can. Their mother agrees, which is why she lets me take care of them so often.
And that's why I want you to solve this case quickly and go home. Those rumors about that scar of yours do more damage than good around here.
I guess I reek of the material world, don't I? I have to, in order to do my job. But I understand what you mean.
Die noch.
I'd think the same if I was born in a place like this, Zach.
Ja, ja. Eieiei, ich speichere mal eben kurz. Nicht, dass es jetzt noch abstürzt. Das wäre natürlich sehr ärgerlich. Da müsste man das alles nochmal machen.
Hey, good looking. Nice speech.
Die Rose.
And you are?
Ja.
Oh, I'm Gina. I'm married to Jack. He runs the gas station. Call me the Rose.
You look pretty revealing.
Oh, this old thing. Oh, you should see some of my other clothes. You? Oh, now you are cool. That scar really is a turn-on. You should come to my station. I'll give you a little extra service.
That would be great. I can't believe how expensive gasoline is nowadays. Some extra service would be great. Now, about my current case. Do you have any information on Anna? Have you seen anything suspicious?
Oh, I don't know. Talk to my hubby about the difficult stuff, okay?
This is getting us nowhere, Zach.
I ain't got nothing to tell the cops.
Der rasende Stier.
What about the FBI?
Shut up.
At least give me your name.
I'm Jack. They call me Raging Bull.
That's a manly nickname.
If you want info, it'll cost you. I only talk to Ben Franklin.
You know, first impressions are important. I can detain you for a few days, and maybe you'll become more fun to meet.
Zach, this is a waste of time. Let's go.
Mr. Morgan, you're quite an impressive public speaker.
Really? Thank you, Polly.
You reminded me a little of a play I saw when I was younger.
What kind of play?
I'm talking about back when this place was still called the Mercury Theater. When I was young, I used to come here often with my husband. God rest his soul. We'd come on the weekend to see the latest play. He'd always pretend to be uninterested, but I could tell he was excited inside. He was just one of those kind of guys, really, thinking about it now.
Really, Polly? So what's your favorite play?
Oh, well, I like so many. There was one in particular, but I can't recall the name anymore. Oh, it was a very famous one, too.
Something by Shakespeare?
Oh, no, nothing. One more bell that doesn't ring anymore. I've always been forgetful about the plays we used to see anyway. Oh, and my husband would get angry at me for forgetting what we saw. He'd go on for hours retelling what the play was about. His eyes were so sparkling, like a happy young boy.
I see. So, what's your favorite play?
Oh, I almost forgot, Mr. Morgan. We're going to have another guest soon. I have to get back and get things ready. Sorry for having to hurry away. I'll see you back at the hotel.
Und weg.
Zach, I think she could embarrass the toughest of the FBI's interrogators. She successfully avoided answering my question, Zach. Amazing.
Tja,
Oh my pot is getting cold.
Die Topfdame.
Hey, mister, my pot is getting cold.
You are... who?
What are you saying? I'm Sigourney. Sigourney.
Sigourney. Okay. Now, what is the matter? Can you explain?
No time for chatting. I need to hurry. My pot is getting colder. Oh, you're useless.
Zach, we've met all sorts today, but really, she takes the cake. Amazing.
Agent Morgan, I'd like to let everyone go home now. Let's go outside.
Okay. Ab nach Hause. Ja, jetzt kennt man wenigstens die wichtigsten Personen. Von denen kann man allen noch Nebenquests kriegen, aber ich werde nicht alle Nebenquests machen. Sonst dauert dieses Let's Play ungefähr 10 Stunden länger, mindestens. Delikates Truthahn-Sandwich stillt den Hunger sehr. Lecker, delikat. Truthahn, Schinken.
Well then, Agent York, do you have any plans for this evening?
I was going to head back to the hotel and go over my notes. I need to contact HQ and give a progress report, too.
Okay, then let's call it a day here.
Sounds good.
Contact my office when you finish your report. We'll pick you up tomorrow morning. Diane, the owner of the art gallery, should be back soon.
All right, then, let's do that.
Einen Blick riskieren.
Hold on, Agent York. We're going out to eat at Nick's Diner. Would you like to come with us?
The diner? That might be nice.
Thomas is a great cook, but Nick is the real deal. No visit to Greenvale is complete without eating at the A&G.
A very appealing proposition. Zach, what do you think? We can always go back to the hotel after eating dinner. Or go directly back to the hotel. You decide, Zach.
Gehen wir mit ihnen essen.
Mhm.
Ich will heute nichts essen. Was stand da drunter? Naja. Die Cutscene darf man sich nicht entgehen lassen.
I've been sheriff here for a long time now, and this is the worst murder I've ever seen.
Our town is a little odd in some ways, but it's usually a peaceful place.
We had our fair share of cases, but just the regular stuff. A high school kid shoplifting from the milk barn, maybe? Or some hot-headed kids fighting, fueled on liquor? Nothing more than that.
Agent York, what kind of cases have you dealt with in the past?
Not much different from those you've just mentioned.
Not much.
The case I was on until last month, well, the guy killed 7 girls in a 3-month period. He sawed their heads off from the neck and took them back to his house. He cleaned the skulls up and used them as utensils in his daily life, to eat from or as a urine cup. He hated women. That was his way of dealing with it. He'd fill skulls with ice, cola, and rum, then he'd down it in one gulp. For him, that was a holy ritual.
Lecker. Gut,
the question of
passt
his
gut zum
mental
Essen.
state was the pivotal point in the court case.
Oh, man.
Ja, ehrlich.
For me, he was insane. 100%. Drinking from the skulls, well, that is one thing, but those he had used to relieve himself, he would then just use them to drink from, too. Yeah, that was too much for me. It's just not sanitary.
Not sanitary. That's probably not the problem for most of us.
What else?
Probably not.
Ah, yes. An ingenious law school student raped over 800 victims. That was a nasty one.
Thank you, Agent York. Now, let's talk about something else.
You don't want to hear anymore? That's a shame, isn't it, Zach? I was just about to get to the good part, too.
Sounds like you live in a totally different world. I mean, you're like an elite agent who just jumped out from a movie or something. In your eyes, we must look like we're just playing cops and robbers. I give up. I can't compete with you.
Don't say that, Emily. The cases you have solved are all full-fledged crimes. A crime is a crime. Size doesn't matter. There is no big and small. Crimes always have a criminal and a victim. No victim will ever welcome a crime, no matter what its size. So, fundamentally, there is no difference in size.
Well said, Agent Morgan. We work day and night to preserve peace and order in this town. You understand that, right?
Of course, but still, I don't view shoplifting and Anna's murder as the same level of crime.
Me neither. I never even dreamt that such a thing could ever even happen in this town. I keep on expecting to see Anna here in this diner, waiting on tables.
Excuse us, Agent Morgan. We should have made dinner a more uplifting experience. Let's call it a night.
Okay. Good night, then.
Na dann, gute Nacht. Nach dem Abschuss wird sofort ein Streifenwagen zur Verfügung gestellt. Das ist auch praktisch. So, jetzt muss man ins Hotel fahren. Aber jetzt ist es immerhin auf der Karte markiert. Mein Gott, was ist denn das für eine Folge? Die ganze Zeit nur Gesabbel. Überhaupt nichts passiert. Also zumindest nichts spielerisch wahnsinnig Relevantes. So, ich muss irgendwann mal hier gucken. Das ist ja... Oh, da gibt es auch diese Blume. Die muss ich noch eben pflücken. Hoffentlich kriege ich das hin. Okay, das ist ja easy. Jetzt hängt er hier an der Bordsteinkante fest. Okay, ich muss nochmal gucken. Verzeihung. Es ist zu verwirrend, wenn dass die Karte sich immer dreht. Aber ja, war richtig, ne? Ja, okay. Wow, ey, der Regen. Das sieht aus. Das ist wirklich unfassbar, wie das aussieht. Ich bin jedes Mal aufs Neue schockiert. Und dann laggt es auch noch. Das Erste, was ich, nachdem ich im Hotel war, mache, ist ein neues Auto zu besorgen. Oh, diese Autosteuerung. Naja, gut. Das ist jetzt ja nicht so wahnsinnig weit immerhin. Ich hoffe, ich kriege die Blume. Und man startet da nicht direkt irgendwie ein Event, wenn man da ankommt. Oh, Herrgott, nochmal. Wie ein Stück Butter in der Pfanne. Jetzt nicht da reinfahren. So, wo war die Blume denn? Ich gehe einmal hinten rum. Ich hoffe, man kommt da überhaupt hin. Ich weiß gar nicht, ob vielleicht muss man auch durch das Hotel durchgehen, um da hinzukommen. Oder an diesen blöden Büschen vorbei. Ah, wer hat das designt, ey, wirklich? Ich kann da nicht hin. Das kann doch wohl nicht wahr sein. Vielleicht von der anderen Seite, aber wahrscheinlich auch nicht. Oh, mein Puls. Uiuiui. Der kriegt ja hier fast einen Herzinfarkt. Was ist denn das für ein Quatsch hier mit dem Zaun? Weep? Hä? Was soll der Quatsch? Wieso kann ich die denn jetzt nicht nehmen? Willst du mich verarschen? Hä?
Ah, also Victor's flower. There's something very mesmerizing about it. I wonder what it's called. I'll take one with me and ask someone later.
Fantastisch. Jetzt muss ich nur noch die Nebenquest starten, bei der man die überhaupt braucht. Aber naja, das kriege ich auch noch hin, hoffentlich. Kann man hier noch raus? Also wirklich, dieses Spiel, das ist auch ein bisschen anstrengend, das zu spielen, muss ich sagen. Naja, was? Ach hier, okay. Ja, alles klar. Uiuiuiui. So, jetzt muss ich eigentlich nochmal im Speichern. Aber das geht wahrscheinlich erst, wenn ich reingegangen bin. Dann gehe ich nochmal eben rein. Ich frage mich, was passiert, wenn das voll ist. Naja. Typewriter.
Okay then, Zach. Let's go back over our progress.
First, the victim, Anna's death. She was found hanging from a tree in the forest. She was cut open with a knife from her chest down to her stomach. That was the direct cause of death. The strangulation marks and skull fracture were caused after death. Her tongue was also bit off, and I found something inside her mouth.
Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Nee.
That's right. We found the same red seed in her mouth. According to Emily, it was raining when Anna was killed, but traces of tears were still evident on her face. Which means the perpetrator killed Anna under a roof in the lumber mill, and then carried her body into the woods after it stopped raining. We found numerous important pieces of evidence at the site of the crime. A total of 4 things.
Knee prints in the grass. A wood chip with metal dust. A photo of a man with a tattoo on his back, and one other thing. Do you remember what that was, Zach?
Stiletto heels.
That's right. A broken stiletto heel. Aligning this with the other evidence suggests that 2 people came into contact with Anna's body prior to it being discovered by us. Those being the perpetrator who killed Anna and Miss Stiletto Heel. There is also the possibility that a third party carried Anna to the woods. That means we could be dealing with 3 people. 2 or 3 people.
In any case, Miss Stiletto Heel may have vital information. We need to find her next. We didn't use forensic methods, but we're still closing in on the criminal. Have I forgotten anything?
Ah, of course. The marks on her hand tell us that Anna was gripping something when she died. Do you remember that, Zach?
Nee.
What do you think she was holding on to? That's right. A round object. The marks on her hand suggest a peace mark. The man in the photo found in the woods had a tattoo of an upside-down peace mark on his back. These two could well be related. But we don't know for sure. Next, the townfolk. A few are worthy of special attention. Carol McLean, the singer and bar owner. She's Thomas's sister. Then there's Nick Cormack, the owner of the diner. Both of them seem to be hiding something. There's Diane, the owner of the art gallery, who's out of town. Then we have problematic, old, rich, and eccentric Harry. Both will be tough to crack. Well, we just have to go one by one.
Beide dürften schwierig sein.
One of the biggest rewards here is the fantastic food. Enjoying food is cultural, and yet it's also a bit uncivilized. It's interesting how good food motivates me to work harder during investigations.
Oh, and on Emily's back, it was strange to me. Hey, don't take that the wrong way, Zach. I wasn't getting all excited or anything. But it did make me feel strange, nostalgic, and sad almost.
It's starting to rain. I think this case may take a while.
Tja. Das glaube ich allerdings auch. Denn man weiß im Endeffekt ja noch gar nichts. Was war das?
Are you thirsty?
You must be very thirsty.
You only take milk with your coffee?
Coffee with milk, that's all.
Becky?
My name is Becky.
What are you doing here?
My name is Becky.
Do you know where the exit is?
My name is Becky.
After your throat is quenched, you must do what you must do.
Take a sip of coffee and go.
Huh?
Gut, und mit diesen absolut nicht verstörenden Bildern verabschiede ich mich bis zum nächsten Mal. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao, ciao.